Hello, lovely learners. How are you all doing today? We thank God for giving us another day to learn. As long as we have life, we continue to respire and inspire before we are inspired. And therefore, today we are continuing with our topic, respiration. Respiration in humans. Now we are continuing with the following aspect. Today we are looking at the stages of respiration. We are also going to talk about the differences between external and internal respiration. And we will also talk about the types of respiration in terms of the use of energy. Types of respiration in terms of the use of energy. And we also look at the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. We're going to look at the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. And you know, as we are learning for something to better our lives, and we are not just learning for learning's sake. And therefore, I will urge you to continue to pay attention so that at the end of the lesson, you should be able to achieve the following objectives for the day's lesson. You should be able to explain the stages of respirations. And two, you should be able to differentiate between external and internal respiration. And three, you should be able to explain the types of respiration in terms of the use of energy. And last but not least, you should be able to differentiate between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So this is what we are expecting to achieve at the end of today's lesson. Now to move on, you already know the meaning of respiration. Respiration is the intake of air or oxygen into the body of living organisms to break down food substances such as glucose or starchy food in order to release out carbon dioxide, water, and energy. But today we are looking at the following stages of respiration. We are looking at the external or exchange of gases respiration. Now, external or exchange of gases respiration is the same as the general respiration, which has the chemical formula C6H12O6 plus 6O2 forming or giving out 6CO2, that is carbon dioxide plus water and energy. That is the normal external respiration, which occurs outside the cells of the living organism. Now we also have the internal respiration or tissue respiration. That the internal respiration occurs inside the cells of the body of living organisms. It occurs inside. So whilst the external occurs outside of the living organisms, the internal occurs inside the cells of the body of living organisms. Now let's quickly look at the differences between external respiration and internal respiration. For external respiration, as you already know, it occurs or takes place outside the cells of the living organisms, whilst that of the internal respiration occurs inside the cells of the organisms. And two, external respiration does not produce energy. But with the internal respiration, it produces energy, carbon dioxide, and water. So you can see the differences. External respiration does not produce energy, but with the internal respiration, it produces energy, carbon dioxide, and water. Now the third difference is that for the external respiration, it does not involve the use of a series of enzymes. Now what is an enzyme? Enzymes are special chemical catalysts that speed up digestion. They speed up or they help in what? Digestion, that is the breakdown of food substances. You know, when we eat, the food digests or turns into soluble and absorbable form, which can be used by the body cells, example, the blood. So the food we eat breaks down into simple substances or particles. And this is as a result of some enzymes which act on the food. And we call them enzymes or special series of enzymes. So with the external respiration, enzymes are involved. But with the internal respiration, let me take it again, the third differences. For the external respiration, it does not involve the use of series of enzymes. But with the internal respiration, it involves the use of what? Series of enzymes. That is a catalyst which speed up chemical reaction or digestion of food. Now the fourth point or differences between the external respiration and the internal respiration is that for the external respiration, it does not involve the use of food substances such as glucose or starchy foods. But with the internal respiration, it involves the use of food substances such as glucose or starch, which can be yam or any other carbohydrate food. So this is the differences we have in terms of external respiration and internal respiration. Now let's continue with the types of respiration in terms of the use of energy. In terms of the use of energy, the two types of respiration are aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Now when you say aerobic respiration, what does it mean? Anaerobic respiration is similar to respiration in general, which make use of what? Oxygen. And a lot of energy is also involved in aerobic respiration to break down food substances. So that is aerobic respiration. And we have this chemical formula representing aerobic respiration. So you can see that aerobic respiration involves the use of oxygen or air to break food substances such as glucose to form carbon dioxide, water, and also energy in the body. Now let's continue with the anaerobic respiration. With the anaerobic respiration, it does not need energy or it does not need oxygen. But with the energy, little energy is released. Little amount of energy is released at the end of the reaction or the process. So for anaerobic respiration, we have the following chemical symbols or equation representing the anaerobic respiration. We have the same glucose here, C6H12O2O6, forming 2CH3CHOHCOOH. Now, I'm sure you know the meaning of the following symbols. The C here represents carbon. That is the chemical formula for the element carbon. C is what? For carbon. It's a natural element which is found in the soil and is able to help the food, or is found in the food that we eat. So we have the C as carbon, we have the H as hydrogen. So H represents hydrogen. Hydrogen, which is also one of the elements, the first element on the periodic table, the first 20 elements. It is the first one, or the number 1 element, which is a metal. Hydrogen is a metal element or natural substance. So these elements combine to form what we call the lactic acid or milk. And this one is found in animals. We have lactic acid or milk, which is found in animals. So for anaerobic respiration, we have the one that occurs in animals and we have the one that occurs in plants. So in animals, this is the formula we have. We have the 2CH3CHO HCOOH plus energy forming. And we have the second one, which is under plant, anaerobic respiration under plant. We have the C6H12O6. So you can see that over here, there is no need of the oxygen here, or it doesn't make use of oxygen. It's without oxygen or air. Now, this is what it forms. It forms 2CH3CH2OH plus carbon dioxide, which is CO2 plus energy. And this one is for plant respiration and anaerobic. And this substance that is formed here, which is the ethanol or alcohol, is the product from anaerobic respiration. So that is the byproduct of anaerobic respiration. Now let's look at the differences between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. For aerobic respiration, it needs oxygen, that is air, to take place. And you know the meaning of respiration, to take in oxygen to break down food substances. So oxygen is involved, or air is involved. But with the anaerobic respiration, it does not need oxygen. That's the first difference between aerobic and anaerobic. Now the second difference is that it produces a lot of energy. That is under aerobic respiration, a lot of energy is produced. But with the anaerobic respiration, it produces little amount of energy. Now the third difference is that its byproduct, that is the aerobic respiration, its byproducts are carbon dioxide and water. That is after the reaction. When air enters the body, what comes out is carbon dioxide, which is the waste air, and also water. So that is what we call the byproduct of aerobic respiration. Now for that of the anaerobic respiration, the byproducts in plants are alcohol or ethanol and carbon dioxide, and that of the animals, we have the lactic acid, which is also known as milk, and carbon dioxide. These are the byproducts of anaerobic respiration. We have the alcohol or ethanol in plants, and we have the lactic acid and carbon dioxide in animals. So these are differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Lovely learners, this is where time will permit us to end our lesson for today. God bless you and stay blessed. Bye bye.